Okay, YouTube, it is now evening time on the reef. Day after I caught the clownfish hosting the anemone. Um, the anemone is now back at the top of the rock. Last night, the anemone was basically down in this corner of the rock. It had moved, but now it's stationed itself back at the top. Just 10-15 minutes ago, I put the other circulation pump back in the tank, which is here in this corner. That pump has been out of the tank for about 3 days, and it caused the anemone to move just a little bit, but it stayed on the same rock. It moved centimeters to the top of the rock, to the right of the rock, and last night it was down here, which is where the black ocellaris started hosting it, which I happened to catch on film last night about 2 a.m. when I came downstairs. But it's back into its usual position on this rock. It's fastened itself once again, it's attached its foot right there, and that's the usual spot for it. It hasn't moved around a whole heck of a lot, and I'm thankful for that, because that's the corner where I actually wanted it to stay. But it has stayed there, it is there, but the only issue is none of the clowns are really hosting it. At least, not that I could see until last night. About 2 in the morning, when I found one of the clowns actually inside of it, and I mean really, really enjoying it. And that was one of these on the opposite side of the tank, one of the black ocellaris, and that is Mikai right there. The one that doesn't have the stripe fully through its body. And, whoop, come on, where are you? Come on out of there. There she is. The clown that was actually hosting the anemone last night. Now, they're on this side of the tank, and as I stated before, the regular orange ocellaris, they usually keep to this corner of the tank, which is theirs. They've marked out that territory, and they keep basically other clownfish out of that area. They just don't tolerate it for some reason. They're not actually protecting the anemone, because neither of them will host the anemone. Neither of them will go into it. They act like they don't even know what the heck the doggone thing is. So it's been a little weird, and it's been months since I put the anemone in there. But the black ocellaris, who are recent inhabitants, and I'm sorry about the water clarity, but I've been re-shifting the sand around, because since I took that pump out, the sand got blown around, and it was terrible. It's just terrible. And as a matter of fact, I still got some bald spots over here from where the pump, when it fell, actually scooped out all of the sand from the bottom. So I still gotta hook up the sand base to the tank. But Marley, which is that clownfish right there, get out of the way, Dot. That clownfish right there, she was the one that was actually inside the anemone last night, and I mean loving it. She was all the way inside. She was all the way to its mouth. I don't know if she, brought any food with her, because they feed the anemone, and they, that symbiotic relationship. But she was all the way into that anemone, and I, at 2 a.m., was loving it. But that's what we got so far, folks. I've been wanting and hoping that one of these rascals would actually host the anemone. And I don't know how long it's been going on, because I haven't come down at 2 a.m., and checked on the situation. But sure enough, last night, oh my goodness, Marley was into the anemone. She was hosting it. She was deep inside of it. She was comfortable. The anemone didn't seem to care. In fact, I think the anemone loved it. And it was all good. Like I said, the anemone was way down here, and its foot was fixed about at that point on this piece of rock. Today, it's up at the top of this rock. So I think it was secret rendezvous. Maybe they got this planned. Maybe they hook up at night. Maybe the anemone goes down into that corner and Marley comes down and they hook up. I don't know. But whatever the case may be, I'm glad it happened, because I was kind of wondering whether it would happen, and sure enough it did. So I'm pretty much ecstatic about that. That they actually, started hosting one another. And makes me want to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning again to see if this is a recurring incident. Either way, I'm happy about it. I'm glad to see that there is actually a symbiotic relationship going on between at least one of my clowns and the anemone. I mean, why else do we buy anemones? I mean, let's be real, people. We buy them, and we buy clownfish so that we can actually witness and see that symbiotic relationship, which is actually very special. And I'm glad that I had the opportunity to witness it, albeit 2 a.m. Glad it happened. Will be keeping my eye on it. The actinic lights are on now. It's about 6:30 p.m. and everybody is about to get into their nighttime mode, where they start going to sleep, and the anemone is actually already starting to shrivel up. It's starting to shrivel up and go into its nighttime mode. And everyone else is running around the tank trying to scrounge for whatever they can find before it's bedtime. There's Dottie, my beautiful, beautiful copper band butterfly, which, by the way, she is doing fantastic. I mean, I actually think she grew. She's doing beautifully. My yellow tang queen, doing fantastic. Virgil, the yellow-eyed coal, butthole, still being a butthole, running around the doggone tanker like he has no damn mind of his own, just knocking stuff over, pooping all over the anemone whenever he gets the chance. That's just his personality. I don't know. That is Ninat, the female of the Ocellaris, the regular Ocellaris, largest one. She's become quite the bitch. She'll run all the other clowns away from the corner, as well as when it's feeding time. She tends to go out toward them and bully them a little bit so that she can get most of the food. I don't know why she does that, but I guess she's establishing her dominance. That is Nemo. He's the smallest of the regular Ocellaris. And no, they're not hosting. They're on the other side. Then there is Marley, which is here. She's the one that was hosting. And behind her, with the broken stripe, that is Mikai. So everything is doing good in the tank. I was surprised to actually find one of the clownfish hosting last night, and the anemone didn't seem to mind it, so I think we've got the start of a beautiful relationship. But there are territorial disputes, whereas the orange ocellaris, this is their corner of the tank. So I think that's the reason that Marley last night, Marley being the one back here, has to sneak in when all the lights are off, only the moon lights are on, and the anemone actually moved down to this corner. I think that's the only time that she's actually able to host the anemone, but we'll see. I'll be checking up on that hopefully tonight if I don't get too tired. I don't plan on being up at 2 a.m. actually, but one of these nights I'll check it again. That's the latest update for me on the 75 gallon. Everything is going good. And this is Testarossa 101 signing out.